Welcome to the Travel Ends. Today, my guests are Mason and Julez.
What's going on? Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the time. It's going to be a fun little show.
Yeah.
You're not the youngest I've had on, but you're pretty close. So I interviewed Noah Thompson, who won the American Idol. He was 19.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Another country singer, who I think he's 17. So he's right there.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see, you're right getting started. I mean, you have 8-9 years of singing experience right now. But at the cusp of becoming into adulthood, and then what'd you guys think about traveling? How that's going to and touring?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a little backstory on us is, I mean, we've been doing music our whole life, really. So, but I'm 19, he's 17, 18 now.
Just turned 18.
And
He's like, check it.
And we've been in this music game for a minute. Just always loved it, and then we started just practicing a lot more, and just fell in love more and more into it, and then eventually we moved over here, which was a big jump with the whole family. And
there's a lot of us.
Yeah, there's a lot of us. So we're the youngest 2 of 5 kids, and mom and dad came over as well.
From Australia.
From Australia. From
Australia.
From Melbourne, and we moved out here, and it was quite a big jump for all of us.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the States now?
We've been here
about
4 years now.
4, okay.
4 or 5 years.
Almost.
So right in your teenage years.
Yeah. So we came here for a little minute, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then couldn't see anybody, work with anybody.
All the studios were shut down.
Studios were shut down.
Work, so we ended up getting GarageBand, and we're like, we're going to have to try and learn how to do this ourselves. And then eventually Logic and started kind of...
It was kind of a blessing for us. We got to hone in on all that stuff, and mixing, mastering, production, and then so we kind of just kept going on that. We were making 3 or 4 songs every day until now, and then we had so much music to put out that this last year we just started putting out a song every week. It was like that.
Really?
Yeah. So we were putting out a lot of stuff, and just growing things organically, putting out lots of music and a lot of things just started picking up from it, which was really cool.
So is the game plan to get a label, or are you just looking to keep growing and then see what happens?
I think eventually I want to sign with a label. I think it's got to be like the right thing, the right team around you. Build a family around you. Well, I have a big enough one, but another one, up the team, and just, make sure we're all got our head in the same space. And, but I think eventually, I'd like to sign with a label.
That's because I've interviewed, actually multiple artists who are looking to get labels.
Yeah.
But then it's also, I want to build it. You can tour, and it's kind of what does a label do for you guys? And obviously you got your dad and you got your older siblings that can kind of help you out and guide you, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if it's the right deal, but I mean, we're just going for the flow for the second. We don't. Not too stressed to run into anything.
I think it's kind of like with my podcast, just like with your music. Like, you went back 20 years ago, even you weren't alive, but you couldn't do what you're doing now.
Yeah, it's true.
YouTube didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Spotify, Apple. I mean, they didn't exist.
Yeah, that's right.
It's true. Yeah.
You couldn't really do much on your own without a whole lot of
but
without the machine.
The negative is, I think, is now the labels just want to see how many Spotify users, followers do you have?
That's true.
What are your downloads? What are your
they want you to build it right now.
But you guys are doing it kind of organic, like you said.
We're just kind of just building things up and just seeing how much we can build up organically and stuff for the moment. And at the end of the day, you're just building fans around you. So,
question I wanted to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you guys feel about the singing shows?
The singing shows?
I.e. American Idol, The Voice.
People always tell us to go on it. Yeah, I like watching them. People have always told us to go on them. We never really have.
Yeah, we never really. We went to, we thought about doing one of the ones, I think it was, can't remember. I think
because they had a songwriter one.
One of the, one of them. But it was during COVID, and it was like on Zoom, and then we
we kind of did like an audition for one of them on Zoom, like it was during COVID. The
sound was bad, so
sound was bad. They couldn't hear us, and so we kind of just didn't do it.
Well, I mean, just because you're here in LA.
Right. Yeah. A lot of there's a lot of big artists that have came out of that stuff.
The biggest one I could think of that actually got accepted, but then quit before he went to the show was Benson Boone.
Yeah, he was on it.
Yeah, he was.
He did the audition. Katie said he could win.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's all I needed to hear. I'll do it on my own.
Yeah.
It worked out for him.
Yeah. He's dope. True, he's really cool.
Yeah. But that's kind of the I mean, he's not country, he's more pop, but that's kind of the vibe I kind of get from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you kind of cross.
Yeah.
The harmonies and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Yeah, we have, it's very kind of all over the place. But, you know, I like doing it. I think it's because, you know, we just come from a big family. Everybody listens to all kinds of different stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we like blending things and inventing things and just mixing sounds. At the end of the day, it's creative, it's music, you know what I mean?
Have you guys thought about, because I know you seem to like, you like to rap a little bit.
Yeah, he used to rap a
more
lot.
spoken word.
Yeah. So he likes to put a lot of flow in it. And
yeah, we kind of mix things up.
We've mixed a few, yeah. We've got one coming top of the year, next year, that he's rapping on as well.
Okay.
It's kind of blending a bunch of different stuff, so it should be really cool.
I think that's your generation, because my daughter does that.
Yeah.
Like she makes music and she does the slow melody stuff, and then she
that's awesome.
Really?
adds in, she calls it spoken word, but it's fast rap.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but you guys are kind of in that same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who picks the music?
It's
both of us, I guess.
Yeah, both of us.
You seem to have different styles.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can definitely tell.
yeah. I think I
kind
don't know.
of bounce off each other. I guess.
We bounce different ideas off each other, I think, but I don't know.
It's good to have two of us. I mean,
Yeah.
one of us isn't thinking straight, the other is.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one thinking straight.
That's a conversation for the car ride.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kidding.
No, I know. What I was going to ask him, because one duo I interviewed, you know, she writes songs for her, and then somehow they kind of take it apart.
Yeah.
And then figure out how he fits in. So I wonder if you guys kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
oh no.
Do you always write with the other in mind, or do you just write a song and
No,
go?
sometimes we'll just
most
write
times
it.
we write them together. Sometimes
Yeah.
he'll start with a hook and be like, oh, I had this, or maybe same vice versa with a verse or something like that. But I mean, it's usually together, and then we kind of just go with the flow and however it goes.
Yeah.
Whatever suits each other the best, which parts, I guess. But
Do you think you get favored because you're the baby of the family?
yeah, maybe. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I'd say it's...
We cause much trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
No, we don't cause much trouble.
Nah, we're alright.
I'm just curious, like, because with family, there's always a dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not, you guys aren't just like friends.
Yeah.
Like, you can get absolutely pissed off at each other, and you go, "Well, I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't really get pissed off at each other.
We don't really get pissed off that much.
We kind of are friends, actually.
Yeah, we're friends.
Well, we're pretty close with our siblings and that, so.
Yeah, it's kind of a blessing. Yeah, when we came here again, COVID hit. We didn't know anybody here because we had just moved here, things like that. So it kind of brought us all closer to each other, I think.
Yeah.
So it was kind of good for us. We're all pretty close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I obviously I talked to your dad, and I talked to follow Brooke now, and I mean, you guys are definitely all intermixed.
We do everything together. So
how are you guys make your own videos?
Yeah.
And they're actually really good.
Thank you.
So it's like, who does all that? Who's doing the directing? And
we've done a lot of like the directing stuff and editing as well. We shoot with a guy named George Sheho, as well for most of them, and he's great. He's an amazing cinematographer, and so we've done a lot of stuff with him. But I don't know. I think we've always really loved him. Just the more we dig into it, the more we love it. We've been shooting a lot of stuff. We've been just diving into it. But
I think in the past we worked with a few directors, but we always kind of had a vision that we wanted to kind of execute. So when we were like I think it was one time we were like, let's just try to do one ourselves, and we'll direct it and shoot it, and
it works.
He can edit it.
Yeah,
he got Premiere, and after working on iMovie, he got the upgrade.
The upgrade. Well, it also gives you, because I know with my show, I know how I want it to look.
Yeah.
For me, it's hard to sometimes explain to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the vibe.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about doing lyric videos and all that?
We've done a few.
We've done a couple of those.
We haven't done a whole lot though, but I like watching them.
Yeah.
I always watch lyric videos.
Yeah, lyric videos are cool.
I know when my daughter worked for Jared Leto, he would release the lyric videos first because they were easy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'd be working. He called them short movies.
Yeah.
On the videos. But,
Yeah.
That's almost what they are sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So he always released the lyric video.
Yeah.
To kind of get the vibe of the song out, and then followed it with
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
I like the lyric videos in that. They're cool.
Is it how much time do you guys spend looking at the numbers?
At the numbers?
How many Spotify downloads do you have? How many views do you have?
Not too much.
We don't really spend that much time on. I mean, I don't know.
Not too much.
Not really.
We don't really like to. I mean, I feel like if you look at that stuff too much, it makes you favor which songs you like, and then you might not be like, oh,
Totally
which one's really my favorite song? You might just be thinking what everybody else thinks. But I think try not to look at it so you really keep your mind pure to what what your favorite song is or what type of.
Do you write all your own songs?
Yeah.
So you're not hiring a writer to?
No, it's written and produced.
We did collaborate.
We
collaborated a few different times in Nashville, which was cool.
A couple of cool people in Nashville. We love collaborating with people as well. But just most of the stuff that we've just put out. I mean, again, we put out a lot to so I think.
I was going to talk about the collabs because in the country industry, it's really changed.
Oh yeah.
Like George Strait and Clint, they were all just I do my own music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got Post doing his stuff, and Luke Combs is coming over, and Jelly Roll's doing stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool to see, and there's a lot of, I mean, everybody knows the writing scene in Nashville is it's
intense.
Unbeatable, and and they love everybody loves working together and stuff. So that's really cool out there as well.
I think it seems like there's so many artists. You guys spent some time in Nashville, but you're still young.
Yeah.
Right? It's incredible for me when I go there because. Like you go down Broadway, there's 3 floors in a restaurant, and every floor has a good band playing.
There's music playing from every direction.
Yeah, and it's like at 10 in the morning on a Sunday, you're walking down the street to go get breakfast. You're like, oh, they're really good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, they're good. Oh, hey.
It's hard to not get stuck and sit there and just watch.
I had a waiter. We were eating upstairs at our steakhouse, and our waiters, we were just talking to him, and I'm like, oh, you got like 80,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, wow. That's
crazy. He's doing live shows.
Your waiter did?
Yeah.
Wow, that's what.
But, so he had to
that's so
make
cool.
some extra money, but he was really good. I'm like, that's gotta be. Is that daunting for you guys? Like you sit there and you go, oh, we're never gonna.
Nah, I mean,
it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of talent out here, so it's good to it's good to see. It's inspiring seeing other people.
Yeah, it is.
Whether it's performing
absolutely.
or just
I never really think about it that way. I think it's just really cool, like to see, like, especially in Nashville, there's so many people doing such cool stuff. I think it's more inspiring than anything else, just to see them, like, hear good music everywhere. I think it's awesome. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Have you listened to somebody and go, oh, I want to kind of incorporate that little run or?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I like to pull from all kinds of different stuff and.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't know. I guess so. I guess Here and there, I can't pinpoint anything. Yeah.
I don't know.
Who would be your inspirations?
Oh, we got too many. Everyone from ranges a lot from people like John Mayer.
Yeah, like the pop side, I love like John Mayer and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers, Keith Urban.
Also love like Lil Wayne,
Brad Paisley. Jay-Z. Yeah, that's like the rap side of it. Yeah. So it's like all kinds of different. I love all music, really.
I think that's the new country in my sense.
Yeah.
Like I know some people. The company I work for, we did a collaboration with Post.
Okay.
For some hats.
Yeah.
And we got a lot. We got some negative stuff, and I'm like,
really?
Well, because Post has a look that's not straight country.
Yeah.
Having tattoos all over his face.
Like that's okay.
But it did incredibly well.
Yeah.
Incredibly well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome, and I love
his music.
Love the new album.
And his music is great.
Yeah, it's always been great. I loved his old stuff. I love his new stuff. He's a really cool. We got to meet him a little while back, and he's a really good guy. Really nice guy.
Now you're making me think.
Yeah.
Almost every country artist I've met, almost all of them, have been like super nice.
Yeah.
And I think that's because Post grew up in Texas and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like he's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a little daunting for the older crowd having tattoos all over your face.
I thought the tattoos looked cool. I thought the tattoos looked cool.
It's not that they're not cool. It's just
we
didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool.
So
love his stuff.
Okay, so if you're influenced by so many people, who would you, if you had to set a tour, Mason and Julez going out on tour with?
I'd love to go on tour with Ed Sheeran because I've seen him so many times.
Seen him a few times.
Have you ever watched Ed Sheeran live?
Yeah.
Have you seen him with the loop pedal and all that? It's insane. So, and he's like a huge inspiration, writing wise and just anything. But yeah, I think that would be my number one. I'd love to go on tour with him.
Well, we'll make that happen.
Let's do it. Eddie,
call him up.
Ed.
He's coming out of the door now.
Maybe not. I like asking, as a musical artist, I heard it was Keith Urban and John Mayer did Crossroads on CMT. So they played each other's songs.
Oh yeah.
You should really listen. I mean, because they're both phenomenal.
I think I've seen it, like a clip of it, but I didn't actually get to watch the full thing.
They said it was Keith Urban said, or maybe it was John. Shoot. There were songs that were proposed to them.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to be singing this song in 20 years. It's a #1 hit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sing that song in 20 years.
Yeah.
So he turned it down and it ended up being a hit for somebody else.
Yeah.
But he's like, do you guys ever think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really get that many songs. Like, we don't get that many songs thrown to us to be like, hey, what about this?
Well, even like songs you write now, you're like, if you write about a girl or whatever, and you're like, God, I don't want to be thinking about this in 20 years. If it becomes a hit, it's kind of our marquee song.
I guess sometimes when you're writing about like experiences and that, you're like, do I really? But do I want everybody to hear this? But like at the end of the day, it's art. You just gotta put this shit out,
Well, yeah, because it'll mean something to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they didn't have your experience. But, but still, you got to go. Oh, that girl. I'm singing.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Make new memories to it. That's all.
that lasts forever.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I'm still shocked that how many songs are you writing a week? Do you think?
A lot.
Like
few a day probably.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like we'll have like a hook. Yeah, he's not good with math. No, sometimes like it'll just be like a hook or something like that. But most times it'll just be we just write the song either on the guitar or to a track that we'll make or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just do it like we do it on random times. Like we've done it like in the car.
But they're not always
stuck in this traffic out here. Yeah.
Bunch of demos and just for fun.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah. And most of them won't come out one day, but then again,
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know which one's gonna go crazy or which one you end up liking the most. Who knows?
When my daughter worked for Jared, they did a song, "City of Angels," and he did it way before.
Yeah.
And he didn't release it. And all of a sudden, it was just on the new album that had just come out. But they'd shown him working on it years prior.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
you
just never know.
Yeah. Sometimes a song gets held for years.
How it can morph.
Yeah.
If you're writing that many songs, you could almost start selling them.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about publishing and doing all that?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we've written for other artists. We've produced for other artists as well, which is cool. I like collaborating and even just giving something that they haven't heard before. So I guess some of that. I think sometimes songs will fit somebody else better than you.
Yeah.
It's just hard to admit, but yeah.
Well, is that because you're a duo?
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I don't really know.
Everyone puts their own spin on it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Some just fit other people better than.
Yeah.
Maybe they will for yourself, but.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just always. You guys got me totally thinking because if you write, you sit back and you just start writing a song and you go, man, that would be really good, but like I don't know how I would bring Julez in or or vice versa. Maybe it's more of a rap. How do I bring Mason's harmonies into it and this and that.
Yeah.
Or maybe just give it to XYZ artist.
Yeah. Toss it over that
Sometimes
way.
you do write songs and I can picture this artist singing it.
Yeah.
Just don't know how to get it to them.
Well, that's what Dad's for.
Yeah.
Come on.
Family.
We're gonna call you for that.
I'll call you.
Hey, the duo I interviewed just over a year and a half ago. They just got their signed by label.
Oh wow!
In Nashville. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they're like ecstatic.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Good for them.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're just like you. They do it every day.
Yeah.
They live on their tour bus.
Oh, wow.
So
that's awesome.
They live in Nashville, but they've been hitting North Carolina and Ohio and Texas and just hitting wherever they can go.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
So it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Someone hit it big.
Yeah, that's
not
awesome.
big, but
yeah, I'm sure they'll
bigger.
get there. Yeah, absolutely.
You guys want to play something?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to do this. I'm kind of like.
Can I move this a little bit?
Yeah.
I'll move this back.
That'd help, but I'd probably break something.
Yeah.
Well, you're
just move it out that way. Yeah.
the one guitar was already broken, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, that was him. We'll send him a check.
Yeah, exactly.
See if I can fit in here.
Might turn up a little bit.
Yeah. Make sure it's all tuned up.
Cut. No, I'm joking.
Do you always write based on the acoustic, or do you ever think a kind of slide guitar would come in here good, or?
Yeah, it kind of starts, it's always different, but I guess it kind of starts to grow, like when you start writing it, and they're like, oh, this would be cool, or maybe I'm just messing around, I'm like, oh, that would be cool, like slide, or piano, or something like that, or... I usually start to get an idea of what the production's gonna sound like when we're writing a song, like maybe like 10 minutes in.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes you can just picture it.
Sometimes we start with the track.
Yeah, sometimes I'll start building the track, have no lyrics.
Cause that's why I'm always curious. Like, I was gonna ask, do you use other instruments as far as writing songs?
Piano's good to start on. Piano, guitar. Sometimes make a track and just lay down a melody or something like that.
Trying not to cover your face here.
Is that mic good there, or should I?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll let them worry about it.
It'll get the room, so that's alright.
Okay.
I didn't realize how many lights it was.
That's pretty. It's soundproof, so should work.
Let me try it here.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. This is a song called Savior.
Waiting on the bell when that end hits 12. Was gonna get up and hit the hay. Then between a few seats, you look right at me. I know I'd never say things same. From a whole different place to asking your last name and talking about the way you grew up.
I never seen it this way, and I might seem insane,
but I swear I think about this a lot. And I'd never been up to heaven, but I imagine it's something like your presence. But who knew that we come from strangers to each other's saviors? Now you know me better than I do. Better than I do. You know me better than I do. You know me better than I do. Thank you.
Never play without a clap.
Yeah.
That was a little snippet of one of our songs called Savior.
Yeah.
We released that about... Well, when did we release that?
6 months? Six months ago?
Yeah, something like that.
How many songs in the last 6 months? How many songs have you released?
I don't actually know. It's got to be like...
I wouldn't even know, actually.
Might be somewhere near like...
15, 20?
15, yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be something like that. I could be completely off, by the way.
Yeah.
Because your latest one's that is Bleed Internally, and then Hollywood and Me.
Bleed Internally, Hollywood on Me, and then we recently just had another song come out last Friday.
Yeah.
And it was
called Walked Away.
It's featuring a friend of ours, Diara, and so that song, and then we got the Christmas song coming.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, are you starting off? Will you start off 2025 going this many songs, or are you just kind of?
I think 2025. It sounds funny.
I know.
I think that next year we're gonna put it together, a project. We're building up on it already, but we've got a few songs that we're building towards. Oh, my bad. Yes, that we're building towards for projects next year, but it's gonna be really cool.
Picking them's the hard part.
Yeah, picking them. Yeah.
So one's a favorite.
I saw that you guys played Boots in the Park. In San Diego. Was that the biggest crowd so far?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of really cool stuff that we've been able to do. We did that one, and then we got to open up for Luke Bryan at a show in Jupiter, Florida, which was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was
Those
really
are
cool.
both probably two of the bigger ones.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were big crowds, so they were fun ones too.
yeah.
Does it totally change the way you play?
No, actually, not really. We play the same if it's 10 people or if it's 10,000. You know what I mean? Like, we love music, man. And so we always. Oh, my bad.
I just don't want you to hurt the guitar.
Yeah, that's all good. Couldn't be worse. And then so, yeah. I mean, we always kind of just give it our best shot. We love it. So
Yeah.
it's a different person. We
On the
turn
way
to
to the
different
Luke
people
Bryan
when we
one,
get on the stage.
that's when this guitar got a
Yeah,
bit bumped up on
Yeah.
the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah.
We
We
got
landed
there.
there.
And it was like fully open. Mason had to tape it up, and we're like, I wonder if it's still gonna work because the chords too.
Yeah, and then
Thankfully, it did.
yeah,
Just borrow Luke's.
yeah. Ask him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. He seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw him open. I saw his residency in Vegas during the rodeo.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that show was
Yeah.
different.
He's like
He really
always a fun time when he's performing. I think
like,
we've seen him
the stage
3
came
times.
up and came over the crowd. It
Yeah.
was total Vegas. It was
Oh
like,
wow,
yeah, I mean,
That's
it was
awesome.
like the last song he was like singing right to us, right at the balcony level.
that's so cool.
And you're like, he's on a catwalk, just walking
That's
back
awesome.
and forth. That was
It's
neat.
crazy.
Do you guys ever think about what are your dream venues that you want to play?
We want to go back to
the
Melbourne and do the
MCG?
MCG.
Which is
It's a big stadium in
Okay.
in Melbourne in the city, but that's always been a dream of ours.
sure.
Yeah.
That and then yeah, I mean I want to travel the world, sing around the world, but I think I want to come back home and do that. I think that's the
What
first
about
thing.
the Opry?
The
Yeah.
Opry, yeah, that'd be cool
That would
too.
be awesome.
Yeah, there's been a lot of legendary names that sing that, so if I ever get to, that'd be really cool.
It's pretty neat. I did the tour because they have a thing there, the circle,
Yeah.
and artists don't want to stand in the circle unless they get invited to play there.
Oh, really?
It's kind of a superstition. So
Yeah.
the circle is it's part of the original stage,
Yeah.
Okay.
and that when they built the new Opry, they took that stage
Yeah.
and put it so it's a different color. You can
Yeah.
fully see it.
Oh, that's cool.
And so like when you go do the tour, you can go stand in the circle.
Yeah.
Because it's the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other artists, they're like, nope,
Really?
I'm not performing here. I don't want to stand in the circle until I'm performing.
Oh, fair enough.
For me, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'd be
singing
lucky
there.
enough to be in there. I've never even been there, so.
I will never be singing there. So I just don't.
You never know.
No, I know.
Have you ever tried
could be.
singing?
No,
You should never too
Never
late
too
to try,
late.
man.
I have too deep of a voice.
No, that'd be great.
So yeah, yeah. Interestingly,
After the interview, we'll catch him singing.
yeah, right. No, you won't. I won't even do karaoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I do the podcast and
Yeah.
I get compliments on my voice. They're like, oh, you have a good radio voice and this and that.
Yeah.
But when I grew up, my dad told me I had a terrible voice.
Really?
For talking?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I would try and sing and this and that.
Oh.
But and I don't know that he meant it,
Yeah.
but it stuck in my head. I was like, 10, 12,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
messing around. And probably my voice was changing. But for whatever reason, that stuck in my head.
And now
Right.
you.
So now I do this and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's
That's a
interesting.
prominent thing.
So I never really thought about doing any of the.
Yeah.
So I can't play guitar too well because I have a finger that doesn't
Oh,
doesn't
what?
bend.
Oh, it doesn't
How'd
bend.
that happen?
Football.
Oh, dang.
So I had 2 surgeries on that,
Really?
and yeah. So I
Dang.
could
Dang.
only do a slide guitar, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you could
I
play
could just put the bottle right there and just
Yeah,
slide it.
yeah. You can play slide.
Yeah, that's about it though.
Dang, does it still hurt? No.
Oh no. I did this. God, wow, I did this 40 plus years ago,
Oh, wow.
and then I re-injured it doing jujitsu,
Yeah.
and because the tip was loose, and so it went all the way back.
Damn.
They wanted to amputate it. I'm like, well, that's
No.
it's kind of an important finger.
Yeah.
Like the wife was like, nah,
Dang, they were gonna
don't
amputate.
cut that one off.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Didn't keep
position
that
did you
one.
play in football?
Linebacker,
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
strong safety. For
That's
10,
awesome.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's how I got the bent nose too.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
He's got a bent nose.
Okay. Had mine. Got this my junior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Got smashed right through the face mask.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dang, that would have hurt.
That one did hurt. This one didn't hurt.
Really?
This just popped off. The tendon popped off,
Dang.
and I didn't realize it. I thought I just sprained it. So I went over and taped it up. and I kept playing. Well, the tendon had balled up down in my hand, and but I just kept playing. But when I taped it, I had crushed the tube that the tendon goes through, so it doesn't attach.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, there go. That went my guitar.
Yeah.
I
slide.
the drums. It was like the bass, stand-up bass, maybe.
Yeah, you can play the bass.
Oh, yeah.
We can make that work.
Yeah.
Join the band.
Join the band.
You already. I'd have to get approval by the dad.
Yeah.
Siblings.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't like me.
No, you never know.
No, we'd have you.
What do you think? So you've had one bad experience about traveling with the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, what other experiences have you had so far traveling?
Well, I mean, coming from Australia to here is it's a pretty long.
What, 16
it's a pretty
hours,
long flight.
18?
Yeah. Well, now that I think that they're like 15 or some of them are 14. When we first started coming over here, it was like 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's never really an easy flight, but we kind of got used to them at some point. But we haven't been back in so long that I think it would throw me off again.
Well, that's always kind of the hard part, right? It's like like when you went to Florida.
Yeah.
You know, you had your 3-hour time frame.
Yeah.
It's a 6-hour flight. You know, broken guitar, a little stress, and then you have to go out and just perform like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Have you ever made the trip out to Australia?
No. I'm going to Japan next year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that'll be a fun trip.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
We're going direct. We were going to stop in Hawaii first
to
see some friends, but we're just going to go direct.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I've interviewed 4 or 5 Australians.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Brazilian.
Sounds like you got to get out there.
Yeah.
This is the only Swiss designed watch made in Australia.
No way.
No way.
I actually have. See that right there? See the little white part?
Yeah.
That is sand from the Australian beach in Sydney.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I interviewed the CEO of Buzzell Watches.
Oh, wow.
And it's beautiful Australian elements.
Yeah.
That's what Buzzell stands for.
Is it?
Oh,
and so every part of every watch he makes puts a piece of Australia in it.
No way.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's so cool.
So yeah, and then
Did not
interviewed
know that.
James Pratt, who's a filmmaker. He lives here in LA now.
Yeah.
A model who lives in Australia.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
You meeting
You
them
got to
all?
get out there, man.
Huh?
You meeting them all?
It's been incredible. It's like what you guys are going to go through. At some point, you're like, all of a sudden you meet Ryan Seacrest or whatever, and you're like, oh, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
So it's all cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Ed Sheeran, who else? Let's put it out there.
Ed
We go on tour with anyone.
I have to go on.
No, I know you'd go on tour, but I mean, like, if you go, God, I'd love to do a collab with Post or.
Yeah, Post would be cool.
Ed Sheeran, Brad Paisley.
Yeah.
Paisley's close. He's in Santa Barbara.
Is
John
he?
Mayer.
Yeah.
Really?
He's got a house in Montecito.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
John Mayer, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Keith Urban. Chris Stapleton. I'd love to work with Chris.
Oh,
Stapleton.
Yeah.
He's so cool, and he's so good live. I've seen him.
To give you guys an idea, what is Chris Stapleton's most popular song?
His most popular one?
You should probably. I mean, his cover of Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey.
But-
Yeah,
But
Probably most popular, but
it's a cover.
it's a cover. Yeah.
The music is a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are a cover.
Yeah.
great cover though.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be singing that forever.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he's known as a songwriter,
Yeah.
singer-songwriter, and he didn't write that song and he didn't make the music.
Yeah.
And yet,
Magic.
What does he care?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that's such a good song, though.
Yeah. Well, have you ever heard the original, the George Jones?
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound anything. I mean, the lyrics are exactly the same.
Yeah.
But because I remember hearing it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Etta James, his producer, did Etta James music.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
cool. I think, the song can live on for longer. And I mean, his version of it's amazing too.
Well, then I interviewed a guy named Cass Haley,
Yeah.
who he was on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And he's a reggae singer, but he lives in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Texas. So what he did, his last album, he converted all of his favorite country songs and switched them into reggae.
Oh.
No, wait.
Is that
What's his name?
Cass Haley.
Is he the one that did that song? Every night.
Yeah, he did the.
So he redid Tennessee Whiskey in a reggae version.
One song that we always
listen. Let me see.
Is it Maoli? What was the name?
No. Cass.
Oh,
C-A-S.
No,
I'll show you after.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I had to check him out.
He kind of does the same thing.
So he does reggae version remakes of all these country songs, Jolene and a whole bunch of country classics.
That's awesome.
But
that's
then
awesome.
Switched it up to reggae.
I have to check it out because some of those are really cool. I've seen a couple.
Well, that's kind of like with you, right? With doing the rap stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess it's kind of, I don't know, it's trending. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, everyone's been influenced now by so many different artists.
Yeah.
How do you not incorporate it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, everybody listens to such a wide variety of stuff nowadays as well. So,
do you guys prefer, do you like having a band with you? Like
we haven't really played that much with a band, really.
Yeah.
It's mainly just been us
like once or twice.
And that made Guitar Boy.
Which was super fun. Yeah. But we've never really played with a band.
Really?
Yeah. It's always kind of just been us and our friend Guitar Boy. He'll come up and play some stuff with us on the guitar. But other than that, we haven't really done much with a full band.
Because I know in Nashville, I was, it's a long story, but I was trying to put a show together with all of my guests that I've had on my show.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to a couple of them, and they're like, well, just get a house band.
Yeah.
And then they'll learn the music. You know, like you play 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Like, he goes, oh, dude, their musicians are just that good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of
songs to learn. Yeah, absolutely. But that would be cool. Getting to that stage, getting a band.
Is that something you're hoping for?
Yeah, I think eventually. Yeah, I love to play a lot of acoustic stuff too. So I don't.
Well, you can do both.
Obviously. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think the acoustic parts will ever leave you guys.
Yeah, no.
I mean.
Yeah, no.
That's just unless you completely change your sound.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, even like Cody Johnson and so, I mean, he still does acoustic sets.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what you guys do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, I'm just super curious. Like for 2025, do you guys sit back and go, okay, well, our goal is to play X amount of shows, or is it releasing more songs, more videos, or?
I think. Well, I think we're still kind of grinding it out and figuring out what we got planned for the next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we want to get on some kind of tour or do a lot more shows. Next year would be cool. And as well as that, putting out a project or something like that to promote while we're out there.
More music videos.
But yeah.
Is it merch too? Do you guys have merch?
Yeah,
we haven't made merch in a little bit.
Yeah, we've got old stuff, so we got to set up some new stuff. More. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Think about designs and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you got the the MJ logo.
Yeah, I'll have to put the wing on. But yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Oh, why not? Right?
Yeah. I'll get you on when we start to make them.
There you go. Well, I mean, because how important is social media to you guys? I mean, are you?
It's pretty. I think it's pretty important for most people. I mean, most of the music business is on the phone.
But there are some artists that they know they have to do it.
Yeah.
But they hate it.
Yeah.
But they're also.
I find it hard to keep up with myself, but
yeah.
It's just kind of how it is nowadays. But I think it can be used as a tool as well. For your stuff. I'm really bad at using my phone, so I'm not like that. I'm not that big a fan of it. But it's okay. I mean, I think it's cool. There's a lot of ups and downs to it, of course. But
Yeah.
Well, you guys are what's called being digital natives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've never not known life without a phone.
Yeah.
So my age, your dad, and that we had a whole life without a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so it tends to be harder for us to do things with the phones.
Yeah.
But for you guys, you've never not had phones.
Yeah,
I guess we've grown up with them almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to explain to people like my age.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I got a podcast. It's on video. It's on YouTube, and I download. It's up on.
Yeah.
It's on Stitcher. It's on all these different platforms. TikTok. Oh, you're on TikTok. That's for kids. And
there's a bunch of different stuff, huh?
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a hard part for me too. Is the formats are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you put on Instagram is supposed to be different than Facebook versus.
I know you got to make 10 different things for 10 different.
I just want to make one and put it.
Yeah. No.
Click. Done.
Yeah. Well, for you guys, do you write songs going, oh, this is a good hit, or do you write and just go, oh, it's something I like?
We kind of just write out of just what's coming out of us. I never really think about like, oh, let's write something that could go viral on TikTok or something like that. I think that'd be too hard to do. Think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess we just write and listen back to our songs and
whatever's good was good.
Like the best.
Whatever shit.
Benson Boone has that one lyric. That just went up crazy on TikTok.
Yeah, beautiful things.
Beautiful things, but even the first, I don't know music structure, but the first
verse.
Half of that song, you can't tell that's the second half of the song.
I think there's always a bunch of songs that like it's like sometimes it's the most randomest part that just go viral on TikTok or something like that, and you never even expect it, but who knows? At the end of the day, no one knows. Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Yeah, because I bought his album, Benson's album. Yeah, you listen to the rest of it, and it's pretty monotone, except for that one song.
Oh, really?
He gets up pretty high.
Yeah. He's got a crazy voice, man. I think I saw him. He does like flips.
The falsettos.
He like flips and stuff when he sings live, and it's crazy.
Well, that was his TikTok thing.
Oh, really?
You should watch the audition for American Idol.
Oh, okay.
He does the flip at the end because I guess that was his thing on
Oh,
TikTok.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I didn't get to see his American Idol auditions.
Yeah.
He nailed it. It's crazy.
Really? I didn't know he was on it till after I heard the song, but I seen him perform on where did he perform? We were watching on the TV. One of the awards, and he was so good.
Yeah.
I saw one where he's doing live, and he recognized a girl he dated in 7th grade in the crowd.
No way.
And he stopped the show, and he's like, Taylor?
No way.
We went out in 7th grade, didn't we? And he's just...
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm waiting for you guys to have that experience.
Yeah. Oh,
you'd be singing all of a sudden, you'd be
like... That's so funny.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that's the stuff I look at.
Yeah.
Because I'm like...
No, that's fun.
Kind of weird.
That's funny.
Yeah. Who have you met so far that you were just like blown away?
We met a lot of cool people.
We did meet Benson Boone.
Yeah,
he was really nice.
Yeah, we met him.
He's only a couple years older than you guys.
Yeah.
We met him. He was really cool. We met Post.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. He's super nice. We talked to him for like an hour. Who else we got to meet?
Did you meet
we got to meet Shawn Mendes.
Luke Bryan? Did you actually meet him?
No, we didn't
actually get to meet him. Yeah, because
I wish we did, but
I think he might have been in Australia and trailer and stuff. And I went out. I wanted to see him.
Like you said Australia.
No, not Australia. He was out in the I think the big bus. They have these big buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they were setting up their stage and their part of the stage and that, I think I didn't want to miss it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to decide between. We're like, do we stay back here so we can meet him? We're like, no, we gotta go see the show.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss the first song.
I think that's one thing. If you haven't ever been side stage or backstage, it's so much better being out in the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple shows side, and you're like, it just doesn't sound as good.
It's cool to see the crowd and that, but it's nothing like being out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that for a Hank Williams Jr. concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was backstage and because we knew the band.
Yeah.
And dude, I was 19, 20.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we had the pass and all that. I'm like, it's side stage.
Yeah.
So I went out into the crowd because I saw some open seats, and I'm like, I'm gonna go sit there. And then they came, and I had to get up. But they're like, why would you leave backstage? I go, it sounds better out in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just does.
It's true.
So if you're a fan of the music.
Plus, it's fun. You got the whole crowd out there. Everybody's the whole energy's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly right too.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the time. Do you guys want to play one more song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'll sing one more.
Let's hit it up.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, this is awesome.
Thank you.
What do you want to sing?
I don't know. What do you want to sing?
You sing Half the Man?
Yeah. Let's do it. I gotta change these strings.
This one's called Half the Man, and we actually wrote it about our dad.
There you go.
Father's put it out for Father's Day. She's been gone for a while. I don't think she'll be coming back this way. It's got me thinking about setting priorities and getting them straight. Maybe it's time I put my head down and take care of my loved ones. Start to smile every day, love everyone every way, like my dad told me. And I know where I'm gonna be one day, not picking up a drink for a coffee today. And give the world to my own family, knowing damn well they did the same thing for me. I go through hell to get there, and I ain't turning back. Cause the way my dad was and all that he had, I hope I can be half the man. Cause I'm getting older and a little wiser. Cause I'm getting older and a little wiser, and all my mistakes behind you. Yeah, I know where I'm gonna be one day, telling my kids about the things he did for me. And give it all to my own family, knowing damn well they did the same thing for me. I go through hell to get there, I ain't turning back. Cause the way my dad was and all that he had, I hope I can be half the man. Yeah, half the man, yeah.
Gotta clap it up again.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you for having us, man.
You
I
guys are so
appreciate it.
good. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Jules. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.